bit nerve-wracking, this. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. So as you can see, I'm at home, my lovely home back in Essex. I haven't been here long, but I thought it would be about time for me to explain why I'm at home. Sorry, I'm walking around because I'm doing some cleany bits. I just thought I'd take this opportunity to explain what's going on. So I'm gonna go find a spot in my room and I'm gonna tell you all about it. Okay, yeah, I thought I'd just nip this in the bud. People have messaged me, they've asked me questions. I know people have asked other people questions, and I thought, for those of you interested, I'll let you know what's going on. So I'm going to explain it all to you. I'm assuming pretty much all of you know, unless you are new to this channel. If you're new, then hello, welcome. But if you're not new, then you will know what my situation is. Obviously, I worked as a performer and entertainer for Pontins up in Pontins in Somerset, and I've been there for, excluding the whole lockdown situation, I've been there for 4 seasons, so practically 4 years of my life. And more recently, I decided that it wasn't for me anymore. I'm not going to make this a negative video because it doesn't have to be. And I don't want that kind of content on my channel anyway, so. I've written notes on my phone because I was like, I don't want to get anything wrong. Today that I'm filming this is the 22nd of August. So I've been home just over a week now. I got home last Saturday and I actually handed in my notice the Thursday before that. So it was entirely my decision. I chose to hand in my notice. However, I ended up coming home a little bit earlier than originally expected. I'm going to turn the light on. Is it quite dark? I did nothing. Oh, maybe it did or something. I don't know. So yeah, I came home a little bit earlier than expected. I handed my notice in on the Thursday and it was agreed that I'd work to the end of the week and come home on the Monday. However, I didn't get that far. I'll start off with the reason I handed my notice in. I honestly just think I've got to a different point in my life right now. I'm just at a different stage. It's not the performing, it's not the actual job side of things. I think it's more the lifestyle of it all. I wasn't enjoying the lifestyle as much, which in turn makes you not enjoy the job that you're doing for that reason. It's very full on being in that lifestyle and doing that kind of job because you are literally stuck in it and you kind of almost forget about the world around you. But I think I've got myself in a position where I don't forget anymore. I like my home life. All of my friends I know are my friends for life, and there was also things where I felt like I'd been slightly distracted from what's really important. Like I don't contact my family or my friends enough when I was there. And I know everyone's like, time's just a concept, you always have time. You do have time, but in that time you just want to eat or take a nap or something because you just work a lot. And even though you just do normal full-time working hours, it feels like so much longer because you live there. It feels like you don't ever stop, and sometimes you don't ever stop. You do take work home with you, and because you take work home with you, you end up bringing your personal life into work. And I got to a point where I couldn't differ the two anymore. Yeah, so the main thing was that I just wasn't enjoying the lifestyle anymore, and I just decided it wasn't for me. Another thing was that I felt like I was getting distracted from what's really important, and it's my home life and my friends. And something just made a noise and I literally did nothing. That was weird. And then the last thing was genuinely my mental health. Like I got to a point where I didn't want to get up in the mornings and go into work, and that never happened to me. It got to a point where I didn't even want to do shows anymore, and that's never ever happened to me, and I hated it. And I just wasn't, like I said it in a couple of videos ago, I wasn't 100% myself, and I just felt like that environment and that lifestyle isn't an environment or a lifestyle that you can look after yourself in. Like it's just not an environment where you can really think, right, I need to take care of myself today. I am gonna sit back, I'm gonna calm down, because you can't. You literally can't sit back, you can't calm down. You have to go into work with a smile on your face 24/7. So when I'm waking up every morning, I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to be here. I then have to go in and put a smile on, and that takes even more brain power and even more muscle power than just doing a normal office job, you know, because you have to fake it. And I'm not one to fake it. Like I can't fake it. I can't be two-faced. I can't. It drains me. Like, I honestly think people that can fake it must go home shattered at the end of the day, because I was just finding myself so exhausted. It doesn't take anything away from the job, like I still loved the job. I just needed to take some time and look after myself, really. Things had happened at home where I felt like I needed to be here. I'm just gonna tell you, I don't want you guys to think it's worse than what it is. It's sad, it's horrible, but you know. So whilst I was away, within about a 6-week period, both my dog Poppy and my cat Milo passed away. So we still have Ollie. And as silly as this may sound, when me and Kaylee are away, the dogs and the cat are my mum's babies. Like, if you have a dog or you have a cat, then you know how much they mean to you and how much they become a part of your life. And for 2 to go in such a short time period, I just felt like I should have been here and not at work. And I almost felt guilty for going on stage every night smiling when I felt like I should be at home, taking care of things at home. Do you know what I mean? That's a big reason, I think, as to why I didn't want to be there anymore. It's a shame because, like, I loved the team so much, and it's nothing to do with them at all. Literally, I couldn't fault them. I got on with every single one of them. So it's a shame that it's had to happen, but it's had to happen. So this kind of all started, like, probably when the restrictions calmed down and we kind of went back to normal. That's when things kind of started for me. And then I had to self-isolate. I didn't have COVID, don't worry. I had to self-isolate for 10 days. And I was struggling before that. And obviously 10 days of isolation trapped in your chalet. It's a lot of thinking time, and it's nothing against the team or the actual job itself. Just for me and my own health, I didn't want to go back. And the day that I went back, I was like, if I really love it, then it just shows how much I love this job and how much I should be here. But if I don't love it after 10 days of being away, then clearly it's not for me anymore. And I went in the next day and I was really anxious to come back into work. If you've isolated for 10 days on your own and then gone back to work, obviously you know how it feels. It's difficult to do. And I was fine. I put on my happy face, like you have to. And it was okay. Nothing bad happened that day. I got to do 2 shows that day. It was a good day. It was a day full of all the fun stuff, and I still was like, I got home and I was like, oh, I've got to go do it again tomorrow. And for that to be my mindset just shows that I didn't belong there anymore. It's a shame because I just think I love the job so much. I'm just not in the right mindset right now to be doing it right now. So yeah, after that my isolation came out, and I was back into work on the Wednesday. Handed my notice in on the Thursday because I was just like, there's no point beating around the bush about it. And I think I'd already made my mind up. So, like, it wouldn't have been fair to carry on knowing what my decision was. And then Friday came along and it was like a rehearsal day. So I was there Friday, and I'm not going to go into detail, but now it comes to the point where I ended up leaving earlier than I was meant to. I noticed that I didn't have a payslip come through, or I hadn't been paid for that week, and I was only expecting like the tiniest amounts because obviously that last week would have literally just been sick pay because I was off. Most of you would know this anyway, but when you isolate for 10 days, whether it's you that's got COVID or whether somebody else that you've come in contact with has got COVID, or someone you live with has got COVID, regardless of whether you're positive or negative, you have to isolate for 10 days either way, legally. Everyone knows that's the sitch. I think it changes slightly for people with the double vaccine, but I haven't been double vaccinated, so that didn't apply to me anyway. And anyone that does that, regardless of your situation, as long as it's not from coming into the UK and you having to quarantine then, if you've had to isolate for 10 days and you've been told to by the NHS and by the government, then you are entitled to sick pay. So I was expecting sick pay. I did not get sick pay. When I noticed it, so I asked, and the management team that I had, they asked, went to all the correct people to ask them. Eventually I was forwarded an email, or I was shown an email that said that because I was negative I wouldn't be receiving sick pay. So obviously I was like, I know it's pennies, but I have bills and it's illegal. So it kept getting chased up and chased up and chased up. It looked like they weren't having it, basically. And my whole management team, bless them, were all doing whatever they could to show them proof that I'd been told to isolate and things like that. This was Friday, and then I got told that we wouldn't find out if I was getting sick pay until the following Monday. So obviously I was a bit like, well, now I'd have to work the following weekend, not knowing whether I'm going to get sick pay or not. By that point I was like, I just don't want to work one more second for this company, not this team. I would have done anything for the team. I offered my assistance to the team. However, I wasn't allowed to help the team out with certain things and work my hours that way. I had to do it the way the rota was done, which meant being out front, smiling, and obviously wearing the uniform. This has all come from higher up, way higher than the team that we had at Breen. And for me, that just didn't sit right. I was just like, I'm angry because I haven't been given something that I'm legally entitled to, and now the company want me to wear their uniform and smile and be out front and make people's holidays. And I was like, I'm already in a bad place mentally anyway. I was like, I don't have the energy for that. I really don't. And I just felt like I'd be so angry if by Monday I found out that I wasn't going to be getting it. So they said that you can either do your rotated work or you can go, but if you go, you have to kind of go ASAP. So I'm at home now. So that's why I left slightly early, but I had a really nice kind of send off on the Friday night after everyone found out I was leaving, and we had like some drinks in like one of the chalets and everyone was there, like the whole team showed up, which was really nice. And it was nice to know that they didn't judge me for my decision. It was nice to like say goodbye to them on good terms and be on good terms with them, regardless of my decision, because I didn't want it to affect my friendships and my relationships there. But I just knew that I had to stand up for myself and that I had to do what I knew was right and what I believed was right, which was that. And it's a good job I did, because by Monday I hadn't been told that I was getting sick pay, and it took for me to call up the dispute team for SSP and sort it all out myself. So your girl has sick pay now, I've been paid, so it's all good. So yeah, that's a really long story, so I do apologise for all of that information. But yeah, that's the situation at hand. Most of it was my own decision, which was a really tough decision. But the reason I came home as early as I did was, I mean, it was my decision still, but kind of out of my control. I still have lots of friendships with the team and stuff, and I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, going to go and see them in their Halloween show in October, so that'll be good. But yeah, woo! That was quite, believe it or not, I'm saying it with a smile on my face, because if I don't laugh, I will cry. That was really hard to say. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm at home now. I've been home for a week. And I'm not gonna, I do have a job. I have a job that I'm doing. I am back in muggle life, as we like to call it. I have a muggle job, and I am happier. Like, I'm so much happier. I've seen most of my friends already. So yeah, I'm definitely so much happier. I think I've made the right decision. I don't regret it. I obviously am going to miss performing. It's going to get to a point where I miss performing, but that's why I've come back to be a muggle, so that I can work a muggle job and live a muggle life. And in that time, I'm going to be thinking and coming up with ideas as to how I'm going to make performing still my career, because that's what I want to do. I just don't know how I want to do it and where I want to do it. So I'm working on that bit next. But yeah, that was a mouthful. And very hard to say. You guys are probably going to have your questions. And there is obviously a lot more detail and a lot more that goes on behind closed doors, but I don't want to come down on them as a company, because like, I don't think that would be fair. I want to be the bigger person and just say it like this. And I also don't want that negative energy on my channel. That's not what it's for. I don't want that. But yeah, they're the reasons that I left Pontins and stopped being a Pontins Bluecoat. Hopefully my performing career will continue or will start up again soon. But for now, I'm just concentrating on YouTube. So videos every week now. Hopefully I'll get to a point where it'll be more frequently, we'll see. And then seeing my friends, spending time with my boyfriend, spending time with my family. I appreciate all of you guys checking up on me like some of you have, and it's really, really nice to see. But I'm all good. I'm taking care of myself now, which is the main thing. But yeah, if you have any more questions, don't be afraid to ask me. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!